Eduardo has been informed about an equipment failure in the production department and wants to make some changes to the routing for the production of the customer's order. Before starting to implement this task, Eduardo performs the necessary setup. He changes the subcontractor for Work Center 500 and the calculation of the calendar for the changed work center. Eduardo calculates the calendar for Work Center 500 with vendor 62000 as subcontractor for the whole year. Eduardo opens the Released Production Order window. Eduardo opens the Production Order Routing window to see the planned production operations for the order. As some equipment in the painting department has stopped working, Kronos International has set up a work center for external painting to handle this situation. Eduardo changes Operation 20 to Work Center 500 so that the bicycle frames can be painted by a subcontractor. Then, Eduardo generates a subcontract for the painting of bicycles for subcontractor number 62000. He uses the Calculate Subcontracts batch job to calculate the external Work Center 500. Eduardo specifies the Work Center number and subcontractor number for which he wants to calculate the subcontracting worksheet. In the Subcontracting Worksheets window, the program creates a new line for the external painting of 115 frames. Eduardo runs the Carry Out Action Message batch job to process the order in the system. Here's the purchase order that was created for the work. Next, Eduardo posts the purchase order for the services of the subcontractor, bicycle painting. The Calculate Subcontracts feature within the manufacturing functionality is flexible and allows you to outsource production operations to a subcontractor. From the Released Production Order window, Eduardo opens the Production Journal window for further consumption and output reporting. In the Production Journal window, Eduardo verifies consumption lines, representing components, and output lines, representing operations. For this production order, components are listed first, followed by operations. If the bill of materials and routing of the order has been set up with routing links, the journal would show components intended under their linked operations, thus reflecting the actual process structure. In the Production Journal window, Eduardo verifies the data in other columns, The different lines show the only information and quantity fields relevant to that specific entry type. All irrelevant fields are blank and non-editable. In the production journal window, Eduardo verifies the actual quantities of the entries. Eduardo views the options for the detailed ledger entries. Eduardo views the options in the flushing method filter field. For example, items and resources can be set up to record consumption and output automatically when production starts and finishes. Entries recorded by these flushing methods can also be shown in this journal selecting the relevant filter. Eduardo now records some output values for the released order in question. In the quantity output fields, the program has preset the expected quantity. Finally, Eduardo posts the production journal lines. Eduardo wants to verify the posted output lines. When reopening the production journal window, Eduardo sees the posted output lines that are also shown as statistics, as long as the production is unfinished. The production journal window combines information from the consumption journal and the output journal, and it can be accessed directly from a released production order line. When the journal is opened, it is preset with the expected or remaining, by partial posting, quantities or times to be recorded, both output and consumption. Quantities and times already recorded for the production order line are displayed at the bottom of the journal as actual entries. We have seen Eduardo go through his daily tasks, taking action where needed and making decisions pertaining to his role. The manufacturing functionality is easy to use and can be customized to meet specific business needs. It can be fully integrated with other areas of Microsoft Dynamics NAV 2009. With the manufacturing functionality, it is easy to set up and handle items, manage capacities. It saves the company's time and enables it to handle the planning and execution of demand when going through normal manufacturing business processes. For more information, please contact your Microsoft representative.